Do we, would you be in favor of increasing legal immigration?
Increasing, decreasing is the wrong conversation, with due respect.
Okay.
I think I am in favor of merit-based immigration.
What's merit-based immigration?
So merit-based immigration, I think there's two components to merit, I think, as it relates to immigration. One is your actual ability to make contributions to this country economically, particularly in areas where we could use great contributions. Keep in mind, one of the great obstacles to GDP growth in America today is a workforce shortage, actually, is a worker shortage problem. Let's just cabin that away somewhere. Immigration can play a role in alleviating that. But it also means that you embrace civic commitments to the country, that you actually understand the history of this country, the Constitution. I want to ratchet that up. And then I actually want to bring that back to high school students. And we can talk about reviving the notion of capital C citizenship, not just for people who come from abroad, but even people who age into citizenship. I think that's something we don't talk enough about.
My question is, is merit simply another word for getting, H-1B visa workers in short supply, who with degrees in, and where does that leave, Mexicans who want to come here and will cook the food and clean the diapers of both old and young Americans, of Joe Biden and Hunter Biden's, children who are living in the White House now? Where does that leave the immigrants who came here en masse without really anything to offer other than they were coming here to be set free to work?
So I'd say a couple of things. First of all, I think there are different phases that a country goes through. Right now, we're coming off of a period where we have had rampant illegal immigration in the country. We need to actually be stringent. We've also lost our national identity. I don't think that has been true for most of our national history. I don't think that it will be true for much of our national future. But I think that I'm running for president in the year 2024, and this is what I advance for the year 2024. Another thing I'll say is that merit means more than just having a bunch of tech skills. I'm not sure that we have the dearth of engineers in this country. And by the way, you brought up the H-1B visa system. That is so broken. I mean, we're afraid to make decisions based on merit, and we have an H-1B, we have a visa lottery systems, actually. Why on earth would you leave it to chance when you could actually just meritocratically pick what we actually need? Now you talk about people, there's many shortages in this country. We have a shortage of plumbers, of carpenters, of welders. We have a shortage of people.
Healthcare assistants. I mean, literally people who lift people in and out of beds.
We have a rampant worker shortage in multiple sectors of the economy. Silicon Valley is the least of the problem. And so when I say merit, I meant what I said: make contributions to the country, especially in areas where we are short on people to make those contributions. We also used to have a system in this country where I think there's a reasonable conversation to have about it, of people who actually want to come here as seasonal workers and then to go back to south of the border, Mexico, as part of a legally ordained process.
Why do you think Republicans in particular, liberals have not been particularly pro-immigrant, but Republicans right now, the Republican Party is hostile to immigrants, legal and illegal in general. Donald Trump.
I don't know if I agree with that assertion. I think it's a split.
Donald Trump was pro-immigrant in absolutely no way, shape, or form, right?
I think part of the reason that get mistaken into thinking the Republican base is against immigration is that the way that higher-ups in the party talk about this conflates border security with immigration. Those are two different issues. Border security is border security. Immigration is immigration. And so I think this is one of the areas where I'm not afraid to draw a contrast with those who either haven't developed their positions or those who have adopted a position that's grounded in, I think, a backlash to border security, where I'm a hardliner there. Believe me, I believe in using our military to secure our own border. I think it's a legitimate use of the military to actually, combine that with building a wall. I think it's what it means to live in a nation built on the rule of law. But I am completely a fan of legal, merit-based immigration. I think we should embrace it. Can breathe both the economic and civic lifeblood back into the country, and that's not a bunch of tech bros in Silicon Valley. That is really looking at need more broadly in a way that we can actually sensibly bring people into the country. And I think many in our base, including in the conservative base and the Republican Party, are with us.